Talk about a company that just knew how to market. Like that was guerrilla marketing from the start. People were like, where'd you get the Zubas? So like we started selling them at the fair and it was huge.
Yeah.
I would love to have them again, but
so do they not make them anymore?
They haven't replied to us about being able to do them.
Oh, they're stuck up like that?
Well, so far. So we had a person visit our booth at the State Fair. We're in the grandstand, lower level in the State Fair, and we've been there. That actually like coincided with us opening the store in 2009. That was our first year at the State Fair. This year, we had a person come in and like use their parents' credit card. I'm not sure we 100% condone that, but sometimes you're trying to hit a goal. And they came in and they did that. And we were talking about like, just tell your parents that you want it.
Right.
You knocked down like whatever, broke a dish or whatever it was, and like, fuck that. I'm not taking the minion. Give me the framed jersey.
Right.
So anyway, start that
awesome.
over. Yeah. The State Fair, there's a few different ones. Jimmy Bruton coming in hot with the handshake, knocking down the Aguilera. We have the booth at the fair and we work all day, every day at the fair.
Yeah.
You get a little punchy after a while.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you just want to piss your pants so you can go home.
Oh, that's awesome. Especially in there. Oh, my God. It's hotter than shit in that sumbitch.
We have fans. We have fans.
There's not enough fans.
Jared's up there and blasting them. All of our fans are focused on us, not shoppers. Like they're here, down there. You're wearing like cut off Zubas or just the breakaway pants.
You do sell Zubas.
We used to, but a new company took over Zubas.
Yeah, I know.
Unfortunately, it's a bummer. That was a Minnesota brand. Now they're owned out of Illinois. And God, the Zubas people were the best.
Yeah.
Talk about a company that just knew how to market. Like that was guerrilla marketing from the start.
Right.
And then we originally just asked for red and black Zubas. His theme again. Just to wear at the fair. And then we're like, shit, you go walk wearing them and people are like, where'd you get the Zubas? So like we started selling them at the fair and it was huge.
Yeah.
I would love to have them again, but
So do they not make them anymore?
They still make them, but it's just a different
you can't
company.
Custom
like
and stuff anymore like you used to?
You could get them online, I think only, but they haven't replied to us about being able to do them.
They're stuck up like that?
Well, so far about wholesaling them to us. But when it was the Minnesota company was so amazing. Yeah. I mean, they started right down in Minneapolis, like right next to 112 Eatery. Oh, yeah. That was their office. I went in there one time and it was like amazing, because like every sports ball player from that era, right? The Marinos and everybody, just had stuff everywhere. It was so great. So that's still our table cover is a bright pink and white Zubas material. They gave us like, I don't even know, Joanne Fabric's going out of business, so I can't tell you exactly how big it would be. Many bolts. Many bolts. So, and that's what we use to cover our table now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I might bring it over there and just see if they'll measure it for me.
Just for shits or what?
Yeah, just to see.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just selling clearance stuff at this point. So, yeah.
They are, yeah. So, back to all of the athletes, musicians, and so forth that you've had come through your door, which is astronomical names. I mean, you've had a lot of famous, not just local, but just famous people in general in the sports and the music and wrestling and so forth. What are some of the nicest people and individuals you've had come through to do some of these signings?
Man, they are all like, seriously, 99% of them are amazing. Yeah. And a bunch of them are tied for first. Like just these guys, like you just can't get nicer than how some of these guys are. We were saying like Luis Arise like invited us to dinner, and like Cam Bynum is just as sweet as can be. Barry Sanders, it was awesome. Barry Sanders was so great. He was there with his son. His son is doing the counting. Every autograph is counted. Like we kind of talk about some of this a little bit off. Yeah. But so he's down there. And it was hilarious because Barry Sanders is so nice, smiling, having the best time. And then you got your photo taken with Barry Sanders and he just went like serious, like just looked like he was would rather be anywhere else. Right. And not the case, And then, like your guy, Kat, amazing. Kat, I don't know if I've told you this. He came to our employee party. Like we had our employee party at Dave & Buster's and Kat came to our employee party and he, every Fan HQ employee got to play the moving basketball thing against Kat. Yeah. Yeah. And like only one or two people beat him like the whole time.
Trying.
No, I mean, he switched to left hand.
Yeah.
He switched to left hand. I think 2 people beat him.
Wow.
But it was like, yeah, I mean, Barry Sanders, like I said, Joe Montana was awesome. He came in the night before, hanging out. Like, and again, Justin Morneau is like, that's where it all started for us. So, public people, like, just, I mean, almost everybody's just amazing. I feel bad that I'm leaving people out.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, there's so many that you've done that it's like you can only name a few because there's so many that are there. Which is fair. I mean, we're not going to like hold you against it. I'm not going to post that you don't
below,
know.
And I will reply. I will give a scale of 1 to 10. How's that?
Yeah, fair.
So drop your comment.
Drop your comment below. And if he forgot your name, drop it. Just light him up. Just light him up.
No, there's no way I'm remembering those names. So yeah, but expect a lot of 10s. The people are all so great. Neil Broughton is like amazing. Coach Grant. Like, it's just funny to see you're dealing with people who are the absolute best at what they do.
Right.
Even the worst
right.
is the best.
Right.
Like, they're playing professional sports.
Right.
Like, you could say this person sucks.
Right.
In the majors, in the NFL, in the NHL, in the NBA. Oh, yeah, they suck. Like, do you just want to be dominated by them?
Right.
Let's just bring you out here.
Right.
Go put on some shorts.
Yeah, that's some of those fans. I sit next to those guys every game.
Yeah, right?
They're always better than the player. It's
Let's go.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
Go. This was a good lesson for me, okay? Like, one time, we like to keep this positive because what we're doing is positive.
Absolutely.
Like, we want to work like we were talking about in, like, we're working in sports. This is fun.
Right.
This is entertainment. Like, we don't want our teams to lose.
Right.
We don't want to bitch about our teams losing.
Right.
We don't want to talk about it when something terrible happens to our teams.
Right.
Somebody on one of the teams didn't have a good game, and they hadn't had a good game in quite some time. That's what I will say.
Not a Minnesota team.
A Minnesota team.
Weird.
And I was hanging out at Sneaky Pete's, favorite go-to place. Shout out to Sneaky Pete's. You should sponsor this.
Yeah.
We were hanging out, and I made a post on Twitter, not X, Twitter. And I said something like, my God, is this going to happen again? Right? And I got a text from somebody else who was related to one of their teammates, and is like, is this how you're going to treat us if it goes poorly? And it was an excellent reminder of, like, they're way better than I am.
Right.
These people are the best at what they do. They're the best at what they do. And even the worst one, right? They're still going to be the worst of the best.
Yep.
And there's still thousands or tens of thousands of people below them that can't even get to that point.
Yep.
It was a really good reminder of just like,
and the business that you
and
do.
their people, like, we have no interest in like ripping or slamming these people.
Because in your line of business, doing that's not going to help you.
No.
At all.
There's no point.
Some people in the sports industry, they can do that because that's their job. But I would feel like you gotta watch what you say when it comes to that stuff, because you're trying to get them in your door. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to, again, feed your pockets by bringing them into the door so I can pay you to get their signature. So that would suck to be, I mean, I don't really have anything negative to say about the players. Would I like to smack some of them? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, like you said, even though they're not having a good game, they're still the top 100 in
the
world.
NBA, like where you're talking about.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Everybody, they're human, right? And that's where a lot of people, I think, kind of forget that. And that's one thing, like when I went to a signing at your spot at Eden Prairie with Adam Thielen and Stefon Diggs, I saw Stefon Diggs do some really cool shit. And I want to say this because, when he was here in Minnesota, the media is always going to pick the negative shit that, how that goes. That's just how they are. But when I saw him go to a couple that couldn't afford it, they had a child, he went over there, grabbed them, signed a bunch of stuff for them, took pictures with them, and sent them on their way. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
He chose to do that. I saw Adam Thielen and Stefon Diggs both on the ground before the signing was going on, playing with the kids. I mean, there was babies there, and there were 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old kids there, and they're playing, rolling around with them. Like, that shit should not go unnoticed, in my opinion, because they're always up against the negative shit. Even when Adam Thielen got traded and wanted to move on, I get it. I understand some of it, but it was like, this stuff is so cool. Like I looked at both of them and I still do to this day, completely different than 90% of the people that hear the shit about them on the media.
Yeah.
Because I seen the truth of them right then and there. And I was like, wow.
Well, that
has stuck with me for years.
Well, it gets back to what we started with earlier, right? Like Tommy Kramer taking a picture of me in 1977 or whatever it is. Like that sticks with you. He's my favorite player. I'm buying a 9 jersey. I'm like, hey, give me a haircut that looks like Tommy Kramer's in this picture, whatever it is. Like that, the connections again. And it gets back again, like beyond the money part of everything is like collect, choose, like get things that bring you joy. Like it doesn't have to be the most expensive thing, but you see this and your connection to this, that's what it's about. Is like, that's why you collect, is like the memories or, you know, your display or whatever it is. Like that's what it should be about. You know, like in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with investing, collecting, but
that's like a different
when
level.
People come in the store and they're like, do you think that'll go up? Like we never say buy this because it's going to go up in value. It's just not what we're about. It's like, if you can afford this and if you feel good about this and this is going to make you happy, get this item, come and meet these players. Like, I don't know how long it'll be before I'm dead, but just touching on positive things, but well beyond Fan HQ being around, like those autographs, those things that people have gotten, they're going to be traded, passed around, and so on. There's going to be the moment when it was signed. There's going to be the connection, and so on, Like that's the beauty of what we do is like you've created that moment for that person or that item, I guess, if you look at it. So that's very satisfying. It's just that you know that it's going to live on beyond you. You know? That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm buying Fan HQ, guys, just so you guys know.
It is for sale.
I've been bugging him for years about this.
That's fine. Accepting offers.
Haley,
comment below. Best offer.
Haley has to come with the business. So
all of them
I'm not
do.
Buying it.
All of them. You need them all. Like you're
That's
not
a purchase agreement thing. We can definitely put that in.
You're gonna get Jerry Buttons. You're gonna get Dan. You're gonna get Jen.
They're
Jeff,
all great
the
employees, though. I mean, they really are.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, even like I said, even the events you do, you know. I mean,
the volunteers, Loud Nancy.
I mean,
she likes that name.
It's so cool of how the workers that you have there, like they're second to none in that field. You know what I mean? They do a great job at what they do, lining people up, and it's chaos for a minute, but they straighten a lot of people and get the lines where they need to be. You guys are busy doing your thing. I mean, everybody knows their place when you come to meet at Fan HQ at Eden Prairie. Shout out to Eden Prairie Fan HQ.
Yeah, well, it's gone now.
And Minnetonka.
That one's still there.
All
right. Yeah.
But that's where it's like you see that stuff. I see that stuff, and I'm sure other adults see it too. Like the workers make everything so much better, you know?
Yeah, no, they're fantastic. Everyone kind of knows. And we have like HQ crew, we call it. And so we have our volunteers that come out and just know what they're doing. So yeah, that's huge.
So
that makes a big difference.
Volunteers, do you specifically ask them per signing?
Yeah, there's just a group, like a handful of 4 or 5 that now it's just kind of gotten to that core group. But then if we do a big signing, so we're looking at doing a signing on April 5th, and it's going to be multiple players. It's all tentative right now. But April 5th, if we have 5 players, then we'll extend that. And then
do you have to get
other
security
people
and stuff for that? Or
the mall, thankfully the mall, Ridgedale's on board. So we just let them know, and then it works out. Minnesota fans are so nice. I mean, so like nobody oversteps. I mean,
I've never seen that happen.
Like a weird little interaction here or there. Maybe somebody says something awkwardly, but generally it's not like the East Coast. Like I lived in the East Coast for a while, and I went to just chase autographs one day like I used to do here. Not the same at all. Like just the rudeness, like the entitlement. It's not really entitled. It's just like, I'm just going to shove you to get this. Right. And I didn't really care what was going on. I was more just kind of seeing it. But it's so different. Like when we used to chase autographs out back of the Metrodome, hanging out with Tommy and Eric, we'd go to the Metrodome and you'd stand there, and it benefited you at the time. Like we would actually take the fence and put the fence up by the door. so they had the fence there, and then they make a long fence line, right? Because if you're early, you're at the front of the fence line, right? So nobody can jam up in front of you. So we're just stacking those up, and like, there you go. That's where you are.
That's a pro tip, kids.
Pro tip: bring your own fence. BYOF. So we'd stand there and get autographs and people coming in. I mean, that's again circling all the way back to the Morneau thing. I mean, that's my connection with Morneau was. Just getting him to sign unique things.
Yeah.
And so he got to know me from signing
because they remember that stuff, right?
Yeah. It's like, where'd you get this? Like, what's this picture, And kind of like you were asking about signing things like inscriptions. Like I would have him write like, I don't know, like AAA All-Star game. Like weird stuff like that he remembered, and he would do that because at the time he's a rookie, right? It's him and Maurer, They're showing up at the Metrodome. Like back in the day in 04, 05, whatever it was, one, they would ride together. They go to Jimmy John's and get their subs, whatever. They eat that. They come to the stadium. One would go to the front of the line, one would go to the end of the line, and they'd sign autographs and they'd go all the way and they'd pass each other, then they'd go in. It was like clockwork. It was part of the routine, right? So, So you're like, well, I'm always going to be able to get a Joe Mauer autograph, Hall of Famer Joe Mauer. I'll always get him whenever I want, right? But that's what was fun. I would go like once a month. I might even take a half day off work. We had like a whole system planned out. Like there were certain days that were better because the team would go out of town a day, or it was an early game, so your window. If you had a noon game. Like they would have to arrive in a more narrow window, right? Than a 7:00 game.
Right.
So we would like plan those days, maybe take a half day and go and hang out there and just stand there. Yeah. But to the point is like everybody was so polite.
Right.
Like I would see Stretch Gary, Rob to you out there all the time, and other people who were like, like you got to know the collectors. Yeah. And it's funny because like they still come into the store now, the people that I was hanging with.
Right.
And kind of came out of this was one of the people from the Twins, Dustin, who is the front office of the Twins, like gave me excellent advice when I was kind of transitioning. He's like, either you're a collector or you're a dealer because the player's only going to see you one way. Like choose.
Right.
And right when he said that, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm a dealer because I'm working with Morneau and I'm selling this stuff. So I'm out of the collecting game. I might still get something here or there, kind of like lower key, but it changed my focus overall. And now I'm a dealer. And that was just excellent advice, like if you're going to do it, because they're only going to see you, one way.
Right.
So now the things I keep are like baseballs signed by rock stars or former rock stars, or maybe they weren't really ever a rock star, but I thought they were. So now they're on baseballs. That's basically what I hang on to myself.
Okay. Yeah. Why is that?
Just it's different, right? Yeah. So like Don Dokken on a baseball, like Jack White. Somebody just asked me the other day, like, what's the Jeff? I think Dirty Ghost. I think he said like, what is your favorite item in your collection? And that's always like a tough question,
right? And
people hit the players with that all the time too. They're like, what's like your favorite moment of all time? And you're talking to Brett Favre, who's got how many moments, right?
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know. So a baseball hit by Justin Morneau that I caught with my glove. We did batting practice thing. And then I had...
He hit it to you?
Well, he didn't try to. I stood at the wall and I caught it. Yeah, he hit it though.
Hey, Sean, this one's coming to you.
Yeah. A lot of them went over me and a lot more fell in front of me.
That's awesome.
I caught.
That's
then I had Jack White sign it because we were all at batting practice. So that's like my thing. Like that's got so many sweet connections to it.
Right.
I had Jack White like personalize it because like, again, I just want it for me.
Right.
Like to Sean is important to me on that. Like more important than if he just signed it.
Yep.
And it also is like just eliminates... There's no chance you're selling this, right? Like that's just to Sean with a weird spelling.
Yep.
So yeah.
So you've gotten over that. You're more of you want the custom specifically for you. That which you said though,
like
you have to be a dealer or a collector, and I think that goes for probably a lot of these individuals are like, well, he just wants to make money off of me, right? I mean, that's just. But I mean, you're paying them, but at the same time, it's like, are you a collector? I guess I never looked at it that way. I guess it's a pretty actually solid statement.
He just kind of challenged me on it. Not challenged in a negative way.
Right.
Just like pointed out because he's behind the scenes.
Yep.
Like, he's player perspective.
Yep.
What are they going to think?
Right.
Right.
Yep.
that's what they're going to think.
Yep.
So that was good. It was really great advice. And I've asked him for advice a number of times along the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dustin at the Twins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your favorite Minnesota team to follow?
The Vikings. It's just so easy.
Yeah.
It's once a week. It's got speed. You get to hang out with friends. You get to talk about every play because they got 30 seconds, 40 seconds in between.
Yep.
I think football is just the perfect sport in that regard.
Yep.
But I mean, earlier on, 87, 91, it would have been the Twins.
Right.
And I love watching hockey.
Yep.
So you're my basketball guy.
I am a basketball
guy.
I
only need the last, 2.5, 3 minutes of a basketball game.
Lately, yeah.
It's going to last about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to use a cliche.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Been a frustrating year for sure. But
I used to have season tickets to the Wolves, like partial. And that was first time we bought them was to see Jordan. That's why we bought the season tickets, was to get the Bulls game.
Yeah.
And you could use the Bulls game, would pay for all the other games.
Absolutely.
But then it was KG and Marbury, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Like 30th win, 40th win. Like it was amazing to see them on the up and coming.
I'm ready for KG to walk in the building next season, being that the ownership's changed.
I would love to have him in.
That place goes nuts when they bring him on the Jumbotron
statue and retire that number. They got a bunch of stuff like that's there with Puckett. I mean, that's going to be there with Puckett with the excitement. We had the opportunity to go out and meet with him in LA. It was just awesome. Yeah. I mean, he was signing.
Yeah.
So Haley and I went out there.
Got my shoe signed.
And we were just like the intensity. He was exactly what you expect. Like just so intense, but like also so like, oh, bring me the piles, bring me this. He's not writing his number on anything, but he's like, I want the Celtics first. I'm not even saying he said that. So Wolves fans, don't take that. Don't take that.
No, he wanted the Celtics because that was the worst autographs.
Yeah.
And by the time he got to Minnesota, those were the perfection ones.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's what it was. It's all kind of blurry, but I did get a picture with him.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there, and I can't rember who he was playing.
He's a straight shooter too. I've met him. I've done some things.
He's intense
behind the scenes with him, and he is an intense. But he's also up forward, like he's straight to the point type thing.
Yeah,
and it kind of throws you off a little bit. But he's a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. He's super.
He was
nice,
all business in a good way.
Business in a good way.
He kept having ideas. Yeah.
Here.
That's what he was doing. Yeah. So we got those jerseys signed. So we did the 21 of 21. Sorry, sold out. We did the 21.
I got the first one, just so you guys know.
Soda. Because remember, he said that all the time.
Yep.
Like he would be like, soda. So we did the custom jersey with soda. It looked freaking amazing because people love the trees.
Yes.
And we had him sign that, and he's like talking to his business guy. He's like, gotta do these. They're doing the sodas, Also, please spell mini for me, because this is like a little bit of a pet peeve for me. People always say mini. We're from mini.
MINNIE.
Why? Why are you adding an I in there? How do you spell mini soda? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. That's how I guess I would say it. How do you spell it?
I spell it like it's a MINNE. Mini.
Okay.
Minnesota. Mini. Like I'm not. Why are you adding?
Comment below. Tell me how you guys spell it.
Why are you adding the?
You're not.
Why it just sounds cool.
You're not spelling Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, that would be MINI.
Fuck you, Garrett.
Right? So that's what I'm saying here. Is like,
I guess I never thought.
Why are you guys like? People are making it so freaking hard. Like it's in the name.
You're just what you're trying to do is you don't want to pay for that extra fucking letter.
Oh, my sign.
Yeah, you cheap ass.
Love from Minnie.
Yeah, you cheap ass. You don't want to pay for that extra I. I see how it is.
It could be that.
Got it.
It could be that.
Got it. Got him. I love that. That's awesome.
Oh, perfect.
But yeah, so meeting all these players and so forth down the line.
Yeah.
It's been a great adventure for you.
Oh yeah, it's been blessed.
What do you plan on doing with the business, or do you foresee yourself? I mean,
I thought we had a.
Well, I mean,
I thought we
gotta
just
talk.
had
we got to talk. Like I'm not buying it.
Verbal.
Yeah.
I thought we just had a verbal.
We did, but we
purchase.
can't really talk about that because we have to like pretend that didn't happen.
Garrett, just X that out. All right. So
what is your plan? Like, is this something that you can do for years on end? Is this something that you're like, all right, I want to move on to something else, or is this something that you can? Like, obviously the businesses that I have, I've kind of stepped away. I'm not there. I have other people running those things. But is that something that you foresee yourself where you can step away, but you're still the owner Is that something that you've thought about? I mean,
yeah, definitely. And that it came up at Boulevard the other day. So, and that went really well. Yeah, it's very good. So I would love to step away a little more from the retail and focus more on the creative and the events and so, those things, maybe some trade shows, stuff like that. Like the big show in April. There's a big card show in April. We're going to be there doing that. We're trying to bring in some guests. It's a battle. So we're trying to partner with them. Yeah, it's in April 12th and 13th at River Center at Excel, basically, Roy Wilkins. So we'll be there. We'll be set up for sure. We're trying to partner to bring in some big guests. And this gets back to what you were mentioning again before, like not necessarily just Minnesota guests. Like a Barry Sanders would be fantastic there. Like, again, somebody that just like transcends like Minnesota, right? So that would be something that I'd be interested in doing for sure. And then just kind of not working at the mall as much. And we have fantastic people, like you were saying, like I'm saying, like that can easily run the store, but coming up with new things. And you mentioned it a few times before, and I really didn't really jump in, but like the entertainment and the music, like I would love to do more of that. Like most of what we've done have been focused on Kiss, Tommy Thayer, Ace Frehley, Bruce Kulick. Like Bruce is like the best, again, tied for first. Like the guy just gets it. And then Lita Ford as well. I would love to do more of that. And our challenge is to make sure that people in that genre understand like what we're doing, because like it's new to them. Like they don't even know. Like baseball players, football players, they know like I'm going to go do this autograph event. Well, Bruce, Tommy, Ace, like these have been different type of events. Like I swear to God, I don't know why we didn't record it. We did an event with RJ City and David Arquette that was unreal, funny, like hilarious, like a Q&A thing with those guys. Love to do more of that, like just more interactive too. I also was thinking of this while we were talking again before. We had a played darts with Harrison Smith, again, a Fan HQ favorite, play pool with Everson Griffin, bowl with Jeff Locke, the old punter, pool with Blair Walsh, like more of those interactive things, darts with like Scott Diamond, like more of those interactive things. And I think the challenge about that is that now players are being paid in school. Like the NIL money is a little bit different, whereas like Harrison Smith in 2012, he's coming out, he didn't make any money in college, right? So like he will do these events, but those are so fun. You show up, we have a great group of people. You got the Ink Addicts, you got the group. They're all coming out. It's just a blast, hanging out.
And everybody's having fun and they treat everybody like humans.
Yeah.
I feel like not a lot of the people that do these signings aren't starstruck. Does that make sense?
That the players or
they're like, oh my God.
The people who attend?
Yeah.
It's funny because like a lot of them are very like introverted, like very quiet and respectful. I love the respectful part of it. It's funny because like if you asked 100 Ink Addicts, would you rather get an autograph or play darts with Harrison Smith?
Play darts.
50-50. No, I think it's 50-50. I think they split because some people are just like, give me my autograph and I'm going home.
Right.
Okay. And then other people are like, I'd love to hang out with Harrison Smith. Like just depends, right? Yeah. So that's what's kind of fun about it. Like the Ace Frehley thing was a Q&A session. The Tommy Thayer thing was a Q&A session, and he played. And Tommy, it was amazing. You
didn't film that, huh?
We didn't film David Arquette and RJ City, which was an amazing event.
Did you film
That thing
Ace?
had so many stories. Yeah, there was 2 separate sections, and we filmed both of those. I think they're on one of the streaming things. I think you can just get them for free. Okay. I just don't remember. It's not like a TV streaming thing.
Right. Like on YouTube or something.
Yeah, but it's one of the other ones that's just like straight videos. I don't remember the name. That's a terrible story, but
I guess I didn't really. I was there. I guess I didn't realize you guys were filming.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
We had it just set up right up front. Then he signed autographs. Yeah. Best autograph in the business with the playing card. Yeah. It was amazing.
And the shit people bring. Some of the stuff I've seen, I'm like, where in the fuck did you get that?
Mrs. HQ's birthday again. Yeah. So my wife's birthday. What does she want to do? Hang out with Ace Frehley. Right? No, not at all. But it's just hilarious that worked out. She's like,
sorry, babe.
My birthday. Yeah. And then Kiss and Def Leppard also on her birthday. Like that, we went to a show. So yeah.
I think you're starting to do that shit on purpose.
You would think maybe Kiss is doing it on purpose because that's when they're here.
Setting a stage for you.
I can't blame that. I can't take all the blame. Def Leppard. She loved Def Leppard.
Yeah,
so.
you've had a lot of cool names. Seriously, you've had a lot of cool names.
The like tablecloth that we get signed too.
Yeah.
Randy Moss was the other one we were talking about. Like if you guys were at Randy Moss, however many of you, if you were at Randy Moss, he came out and like made like a statement to the fans. He's like, I've always loved my Minnesota fans. I'm so happy you're here. Like nobody's ever done this before.
No.
He walked out to the autograph area, stood there and made this announcement. I think he might have thought it was only the amount of people right here because there was a line of about 300 people over there. I think he thought he had some time on his hands.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure. It was heartfelt and just
that's actually
awesome.
Super cool, right?
Right, because think of where he started, right?
Right.
Like he started in, kind of like a little surly, right?
Yep.
Young guy.
Yep.
And then it just came to him. Like he just appreciates people now. Saw when he came back on the Super Bowl, he's crying because of the people that reached out and supported him because of him being a player.
Like him going through the health stuff now, I feel like that's really hit him hard. And I think it's because he is so heartfelt with a lot of people that so many people reached out to him on positive notes, and it's not even just Minnesota. I think it's all over the country for Randy because he's very well known.
I mean, another guy that transcends. I mean, one of the top 3 of all time.
Yeah. I mean, it's so when he says that stuff and the people that were there, he might not ever do that again. And those people took that to heart because that's it. Like you said, no, I've never seen anybody.
It was unreal. It was unreal. Yeah. Came out. I think we have it on our social media somewhere. I think we got it uploaded.
So where can we find you at besides social media?
All right.
You're doing a lot of different events. You do a lot of different things. Where can we find you besides Instagram?
All right. So I think we'll have a little post, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And some clicks. So Ridgedale Center, Minnetonka, like we're open 7 days a week, like you were talking about. Instagram, fanhqstore.com. Twitter, X, whichever it is now. I think we're just FanHQ on Twitter. Facebook, if you do fanhqlive.com, it redirects to our group page. And that is our most active, interactive group. So that's the 8,000, 9,000, call them ink addicts, people that just can't get enough autographs, ink addicts. That's our group there. So fanhqlive.com will redirect there. And then
text messages
text is huge if you want to be alerted of things coming up. So you text FanHQ with no space. So FANHQ to the phone number 94253. It's one of those SMS numbers. So instead of a phone number, 94253, put the message FanHQ, send that. You'll get an instant response that says, hey, it worked. And then you'll get notified of all the events. We sent one today because like Beckett Authentication, they're coming in. That's something we barely talked about too. But like if you need to get your autographs authenticated, they're coming in mid-March. So it might be after this, but jump on that list and you'll get notified whenever we have a signing event or a big event or 50% off sale, whatever it is. You'll get notified if you're on that.
And then you do Facebook Lives on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Tuesdays and then occasionally Fridays. So Tuesdays our main day, and then Fridays like our Frugal Friday where we start stuff at like $1. Maybe it's dent and scratch, whatever it is. Some of it's just regular and we'll do it later.
You can actually find awesome deals. Because sometimes on Fridays, there's 30 people. Sometimes on Fridays, there's 150 people. So it really depends on who's on there. And you can get some shit cheap. Yeah. Seriously.
You got a pile. It's sitting over there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's over there. Yeah, you're not on the non-paying bidder alert yet.
All right, good.
But all right.
I do have stuff over there for real.
Those photos, unsigned photos. I think you got 16s and 8s.
I would have had too many vodkas.
I almost thought about... We appreciate that. We very much appreciate that.
Assholes, they take advantage of me when I'm drunk.
Hey, you're the one that commented. It's one way on Facebook.
Sometimes I forget. It's that old age.
Oh, trust me.
Yeah. So you guys do State Fair as well?
Yes, at Grandstand at the State Fair. We do our $10 T-shirts. That's our biggest deal. We're in the coupon book at the State Fair. And hopefully in the coupon book again this year. I got a reminder. I got to get in there and submit that. But we do like special State Fair T-shirts. They're like $10 each. And then we have our normal booth with like the mystery items, autographs, signed stuff, deals on jerseys, $99 signed jerseys, etc. So yeah, we're in the Grandstand, lower level.
Okay.
Kind of by sleep number.
And then you guys do Twins Fest stuff, and you just did a Twins Fest marathon, right?
We just did Fanathon.
Fanathon.
Yeah. That's once a year right after. That's like if you get on, you follow us on Fan HQ Live. That's once a year. We do like a 12-hour marathon. And that started because Twins Fest was canceled.
Yep.
Great pandemic again. So we lost like 2 Twins Fest. So we're like, what the hell? We can't lose Twins Fest. So we did that. And then I did all the work, and then Haley wrote down this.
Yeah, she doesn't run too much.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So I don't know why you wanted to bring her on.
Well, you never know. So you guys do that. You guys do special guests. Random people come on the show.
Well, on Fanathon we do. We haven't really done like this, like a podcast thing. We're going to leave that to the experts like you.
For sure, yeah.
But yeah, like we had, like who have joined us on Twins during Fanathon. Like John Randall was on this year, Lindsay Whalen, Antonio Levin, Rob McClanahan, and Bud Grant was on for like 3 hours.
I remember that, yeah.
And
that was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, it was it was only like a week or two before he passed away. So
right.
You can literally watch Coach Grant talk about players that he knew for like 3 hours. It's amazing. That's on YouTube. I don't know how you find it though.
Yeah.
It's out there.
I do remember that because you guys
3
were like,
hours.
You were on here a long time.
It was amazing.
He was another good one too, yeah. I mean, we'd go on for hours about who was good and who wasn't.
What's so great
yeah.
is like his gal Pat is just amazing. And she gave us a gift card for Murray's because, Coach Grant, he and Sid Hartman, such good buddies, right? And Sid Hartman, whenever he would do his like show, if you went on Sid Hartman's show, you got like $100 gift card for Murray's.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
Yeah, like it was like, this provided by Murray's, guests who appear on the Sid Hartman show or whatever. So it gave us like the thing, and it was like 2 like butter knife steaks, whatever it was, this great thing. So whatever the value was. So we went there after we got our steak, and it came back and they're like, there was just a remaining balance. Like they had already had some of it. And I think that's perfect. If anybody knows Coach and they know how excited he is about selling something or pinching a penny, it was perfect. I would much rather pay for the rest of that meal than have that have been covered just to have that. Yeah. So
she probably thought it was full.
Oh yeah, she did. Pat would never do that. Pat's a freaking saint. Coach, on the other hand, would have a little smirk. And like, here, go ahead, just give me
right. $50 left on it. That's awesome. That's great.
Coach is amazing. He was amazing. That's like we're talking about the stuff that we've gotten to experience because of the store. Like these little moments that'll pop up here and there. Like you're saying blessed. Yeah, it's so great to go in and do this stuff and be around again the best at what they do. Yeah. And I'll include the people that we work with are so good with the retail side and just like rocking these.
It fits
events.
everything. The whole situation is perfect in my opinion.
So good.
Like I told you, I've been to other stores just to check it out, and it was like.
You didn't tell me that before we were
with the light box.
I don't tell you everything. Can't even see, so
Can't tell you everything.
No. All right.
But I truly appreciate you coming on the show. I know this has gone a lot longer, but you have so many stories that we could talk for hours and days.
Yeah.
So we could find you in all those places. I truly appreciate you coming on.
Man.
It's meant a lot to me for you to, you supported me through this. You've known about this for a long time.
You've supported us the whole time. Even
it goes hand in hand.
Without knowing your name.
It goes hand in hand though. You know what I mean? It really does at the end of the day. It all comes together. And I truly appreciate you spending the time today to come through and say hi to everybody, fill people in on things. Because sometimes you are camera shy, so you did a pretty damn good job.
I'm going to give you a Chucky story and Cat.
Oh,
I'm going to end with Cat story. Chucky was standing there.
Oh, Chucky, this one's for you.
Check this out. The only person that's ever walked into Fan HQ and just physically, without the retail stick, reached up and took a jersey off the rack. Cat just walked in and grabbed one off. It's like 12 feet high. It's like the ceiling is like that high. He just grabbed a jersey, brought it down, and checked out.
Did he buy it?
Yeah, we had great stuff.
Chucky made him buy it.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Chucky gets
we
like
had
that.
Such good interactions with Cat. It was amazing. Like
he's
the
a
stuff,
dude.
So good. Like we did trades, like where paintings and stuff because he collects art and so on, and brought in some stuff. So we've always had a really great time. I told you, like at our like employee party, you can't beat that. Like, dude, like overall #1 pick, rookie of the year, all-star, all the accolades. Like he just comes and just shoots like freaking plays against.
Yeah.
I did not win.
I was butthurt when he got traded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
they know that.
Yep. Well, send a message. Yeah. Well, he's doing just
we still
fine.
love him. We still love him.
Do.
Though.
We'll never.
I love him
just
I love him and the family just because of who they are and how they've treat so many people.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Fantastic family.
See, again, tied for first.
Yeah.
No problems with him.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you coming on.
See you, Brando.
See you guys later. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow Fan HQ, follow me. I'm out.
SRT.